Happy Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
On a
Tuesday on
Tuesday.
the Tuesday.
Look,
All those twos.
that's all I know from whatever that song is. And if it looks like we are in two different weather zones, that's because we are. I'm always cold.
I'm always
Sam is
warm.
always warm. Yeah.
So I always need like the fan on. So I guess we're already starting with what we're here to talk about, just a little bit about us. I'm always warm. Hey Zay, how are you, man? Good to see you, bro. We're gonna have some fun tonight, but I'm always warm. So throughout the year, Melissa will tell you, it's probably very annoying for her, but I always have my fan on. It doesn't matter if it's winter, spring, summer, fall. It could be -5 degrees outside. My fan is going to be on. You know why? Because I need that sound. See? Oh, there's something about a sound. Someone can say that, Prophet. It's something about a sound. I need the sound.
Yes. Well, I was trying to, I guess, solve that solution thing because they have silent fans, right? So
Nope.
I'm like, if you want to be cool, then
Mm-mm.
we can get you a silent
Mm-mm.
fan so that I can
Mm-mm.
sleep as well.
She
Like,
she
look,
don't like the sound of the fan, and she's gonna have to get delivered.
before I met Sam, right? I slept in like pure darkness, zero sound. Like I literally had to cover
Don't do that.
the little light on the cable box. I had to make sure all of the lights were off. I had to make sure
Oh,
my
that's funny.
phone was literally like,
As it should
face
is.
down or whatever you want to call it. And then I didn't have any night lights. I didn't have any lights in the hallways on. I couldn't have any light shining under the door,
Shine a
shining through the
light from
window. I
heaven.
couldn't do it.
Oh, my
But then
soul.
after meeting Sam, he sleeps with the fan on. That's noise. And then after having the kids, I would sleep with the light on just in case they're
Child.
traveling. Well, when we were in the apartment, they would travel into our room. So I'm like, I want to
Because of
make
her.
sure that they,
It's her
if
fault.
anything, that I can see what's happening, when they're coming. If they have like a runny nose, I know what to find the tissue and stuff like that. I'm not like, what is it, faltering or whatever to find tissue or to see what's happening if they peed on themselves. So I would usually sleep with the light on now.
Disrupting my sleep.
See, so he doesn't like the light, so we can compromise.
Nope.
We can turn off the light and
No,
get
no,
a
no, no,
silent
no. That's
fan.
not, no. God is not in that.
Okay,
God
so
is not
then
in this.
there's no need for you
Uh-uh.
to say
Mm-mm.
anything
Oh, no,
about the light
yes.
being on.
Listen, the light can go. We can turn off the light. Turn off the light. I feel like singing tonight too. And light a candle. Ooh, yeah. Can't we turn off the light?
If we get a silent fan, if we come to a compromise, I think that will work. But we've been doing it for so long. It's still annoying, actually. It really is. Like we've been doing this for a while, but it's still very much so
But
annoying
she does a great job falling asleep.
because I have no choice. Like you don't. Oh, so sorry.
Listen,
I kicked you guys. You have no choice but to go to sleep, and I'm not gonna.
but if okay, so here's the thing, guys.
The fan is on. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, the fan is on. I'm not gonna go to
If
sleep.
the fan is not on, I have a hard time going to sleep.
That's exactly how I learned to wake him up. This was a revelation
Ooh.
that the Lord dropped in my spirit. It really was. Because if I'm shaking Sam, I'm like, if he really needs to get up, I'm like, babe, babe, babe. That's labor. So you know what? When I realized, I don't remember how I realized this. I think there were times like when I would have to like switch plugs in the socket. And if I would turn the fan off for a second, he would literally like look at me. And I was like, hey, baby, hey, good morning. How's it going?
There'd be a shift in the atmosphere. You could sense the shift.
Yep. So when I need to get Sam up now, like that, I turn the fan off and he wakes up. It's miraculous. It really is because I'm literally like shaking him to death. Like I'm tired. from how hard I'm shaking Sam and he's not budging. But if I turn the fan off, he goes like this.
I
And
mean,
I'm like, oh, good morning. Thank you,
and I'd be
God,
so bad
for
too.
teaching me,
I'm
for
so
showing me.
so upset. So upset. But listen, so we wanted to come on here today to just kind of share with you guys some things that we've learned over the years about each other, over the years about relationship. You know, I have been with my wife for over a decade. I had to
Oh my
think.
gosh, why are you so dramatic?
I couldn't be. I like to add a little bit of
Oh
dramatic
my God, that's like
pause.
Mimo. She said, well, Mimo said, I ran a 5K. And somebody said it was
What's
3 miles. She said 5K sounds better.
We love you, mama.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
but,
So that's what you sound like
but
right now.
really, because of the delay, I like the delay. I like. Did y'all like my delay? I think my delay added a
No,
little
I'm
bit
talking
of.
about you saying over a decade.
I mean, oh
That
well,
is extra.
it is over a decade. We've been together for over a decade, and so I mean, how would you describe it? How would you say
12 years.
it?
Oh, that's like the
No,
mother
you know what?
saying,
I was
oh,
just about to say that's
my
still
child is
annoying. 24 months.
24 months.
Can you just say that your
Did
child
you
is
say that?
2 years old? My child is 24 months.
Because we just never really stopped counting after, oh, they're 4 months, yada, yada, yada. So we just kind of would
And
continue.
then once they become three, y'all don't say they're 36 months. Once they turn 24 months, then they start getting an age.
Because it starts getting overwhelming after.
My child is 23 months and a half. Up there 24 months. Now
But
they
when you
two.
say it like that, you know the exact age versus like two, and they could be like 2.5 going on 3.
Yeah, give an excuse. Give an
But it
excuse.
works.
I've always, it's just, tell me how old you are. Like, if you're one, you're one. I don't care how many months you are. I don't care. I don't care about 13. I don't care about 15 months. I just want to, the baby's one. Okay,
But then
congratulations.
if you say 13 months and you know that they're
I have to do the
a
counting in my own
year
head
and a month.
to make sure that I'm accurate, So I don't like doing that. No. But anyway, we've been together for over a decade or 12 years. You know, if it was months, it would be never mind. 12 years we've been together. And so there's a lot that's kind of gone on with our relationship. And so I would love to take you on a journey. Uh, last week, I felt as if I was very silent. There was not much. Melissa monopolized the entire story. It's my turn to tell a story. Let me look at the right camera. It's my turn. I'm looking over here. It's my turn to tell a story. All right. I want to tell you, I want to bring you all the way back. Huh? Bring you all the way back to August of 2010.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we're going all the way back there. All the way back there. August of 2010. Melissa's parents are pastors and they need a musician, and I come in and I say, I would be honored to play for your second service. I'll be honored to play for your second service. And I go in and I get ready to play, and there's this worship leader. Oh, Zay remembers this story. There's this worship leader.
Was he there?
He wasn't there, but I've told him this
I
story a
know
couple
the
times.
I know Mama Darlene was there.
Mama Darlene was there. I think Leah was there. Was Leah there?
I don't remember.
I know Mama Darlene was there. Anyway, I went and I was on the piano and I'm waiting for this wonderful worship leader that I've never met a day in my life. All right, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting on the worship list, some songs to play, for service. Didn't get it. Service starts in 30 minutes. I'm still waiting. Huh? I'm still yet and still waiting. But she finally gives it to me. Don't you finally give it to me? 2 songs. She don't remember. She gave me 2 songs, one of which I didn't even know. Had I had time to study the music, I would have been all right. But it's all right because I made it through. I made it through, and I met this young lady afterwards, and I said, "Ma'am, you have a beautiful voice." And I just was like, I really, and she, you don't know what she said to me? Praise God. She said, I said, I said, you have such a beautiful voice.
Oh
Praise
my God.
God. I mean, I am being a little
Extra.
dramatic on that one. She did say praise God, but not necessarily like that. So after that happened in August, we didn't talk. I never met, I think I may have found her on Facebook and added her as a friend. Now, let me backtrack. Here's the funny thing. Before I met Melissa, I met everybody in her family. I met her brothers. I met her sister. Her sister and I actually went to college together. And I met her parents. And so I met everybody. And then Melissa was the last person I was awarded the opportunity to meet. I'm going to try to sum up 12 years in 5 minutes. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do it. So as we do this, we get to meeting and we
Hey
get.
Siri.
I don't know if Siri's
Hey
listening.
Siri.
Siri's not listening to you.
Hey Siri.
Don't do it, Siri.
Set a timer for 5 minutes.
Oh, see, you trying to try me.
5 minutes.
Oh,
Counting down.
God. All right, here we go. So we get to meet. I'm gonna talk a little faster, y'all. Y'all bear with me. We get to meet, and as we meet, I find her on Facebook. I'm like, man, this girl is beautiful. I thought it when I met her. I was like, wow, she's really pretty. But we really didn't get a chance to talk. So I said, you know what? Let me shoot my shot. Let me go ahead and try it out. Let me see what got going on. And so then I sent her a message on Facebook. Oh no, I sent her a message in her comments on her picture. Said, "Wow, really pretty picture." Da, 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 da. And then I started messaging her in Messenger. And I said, "Hey, you know what? Here's my number. If whenever you get a chance, give me a call." I gave her my number. Day one, no call. Day two, no call. By day three, somebody say day three. By day three, I said, I'm not waiting not another day. I said, you give me your number. Let me show you how this is done. She gave me her number and I called her immediately. And when I called her, it was so funny. I don't remember what it was. But when I called her, she probably remembers this. You remember our first phone conversation? Our first phone conversation lasted less than 5 minutes. Because when I called her, it was so funny. The Lord gave me a word for her. Like our first conversation was the Lord giving me a word for her. And literally, as I gave her this word, she said, I gotta get a phone with you and go pray. Like, I was like, okay. She literally hung up on me and went to go pray. And so I knew that I said, wow, this woman of God is something serious. She didn't call me back, y'all. After she went to go pray.
I prayed now.
Stop, you taking my 5 minutes. She went, she left and went to go pray. Never called me back. So I'm like, well, dog, maybe I ran her away. She ain't coming back, nothing like that. So then I decided to call her again. I called her again, and we started to develop friendship, build bonds, gain relationship, talk about all types of stuff at all types of times. And we would just talk all day. And I was like, wow, I really like this woman. I really like her. And I told her I liked her. I said, I really like you. And she said, I really like you too.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, oh, because see, I can go into that. That's going to steal for my 5 minutes, but I'll go into it. Back then, I battled with heavy rejection. So I was like shaking in my boots, like, oh my God, this girl is pretty. She is fine. I mean, she's amazing. She has a beautiful voice. She is so gifted and talented. I was like, there's no way. There's no way if I tell her that I like her that she's gonna like me too. I'm gonna get friend zoned like I always do. And I was just brothers. I'm a brother, and I was prepared for that. So I was like, man, I don't even want to put myself out there like this, but I did it. And she said she liked me. I said, wow. So I think a week went by, and then I asked her. It was my birthday, and the day afterwards, and it was almost like God gave me a birthday gift. And the day afterwards, I asked Melissa if she would, she would like to date me, if we can go ahead and be together. That was the term back then. You want to be together? And and she said yes. She said yes. And
Oh.
from that time, we just continued to develop friendship through hardships, through issues, through fun, through laughter, through losses, through gains. We developed relationships. 2 months into it, I'll never forget. I don't know how much time I have left, but 2 months into it, I pulled my mother-in-law aside. Oh, I'm doing good. I pulled my mother-in-law aside and I told her, I said, Mom, I said, I'm gonna marry your daughter. This is 2 months into us having a relationship. 2 months into us being just courting and diving into learning each other. And when I tell you, I knew, and I want to encourage someone. I'm not saying that everyone's gonna move in 2 months or you'll find out in one, but I'm telling you, you will know. You will know who it is that's right for you. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna know it. It's gonna identify with you very quickly. And so, our first date was on Valentine's Day. That was beautiful. But anyway, fast forward. We got engaged on December 11th, got married on December 11th the very next year. Went to Italy December 12th, and we were in Italy. God blessed us with a full expenses paid honeymoon. Through that time, 2014, we had Sam. 2000, 2018, we had Shekinah. We've had 2 apartments. We've lived in both of our parents' homes. Now we have a house. God be praised. I made it.
Woo.
I did
Good
it.
job. Good job.
Now it's your turn.
Um, about how we met.
I mean, about with the part, the film, the little fine details that I left out because I was on a 5 minute timer.
Well, you put yourself on 5 minute timer. I just wanted to help
Oh,
it out.
you wanted to help it out.
Yes.
You
Okay. Well,
or better yet, what's one of the greatest lessons that you've learned during this 12 years?
I would say, oh, and then you guys, if you have any questions, definitely post them in the
Yeah,
comments. Um, and if they pop up fast enough, we can answer it on the live.
exactly.
But I will say, for me, growing up, um, just seeing a lot of different relationships in my lifetime. Um, with parents, with friends, with um, just different examples of relationships. I've learned that with Sam and myself, um, I guess me just kind of seeing these things and kind of having a fear of relationships failing. I always like was ready to book it. Like if we had any disagreement, I was like, up, this is not a good idea. It's time to go. If I liked something, um, or if I felt like what up Sam just loves too hard. Like nah, like I just yelled at him, just something simple like that. And he's like, oh, I still love your name. I was like, up, red flag, it's time to go. Like, like there was no like Jesus love in those moments. Like you just cannot possibly still love me and I just like kicked you in the face. Just something random like that. So I would just say like with being with Sam, it really taught me how to just kind of sit in the process and enjoy the journey because with a disagreement, I really thought like, to deal with conflict or to deal with that disagreement, I was like, it's time to go. There was no dealing, there was no healthy resolve in my mind except to leave. So the Lord definitely, or should I look at right here?
yeah,
The Lord definitely taught me that in those seasons to enjoy the journey and to endure the process and to allow the process to grow me. So we've done a lot of growing, right?
I agree.
Yep, high five.
I mean, I didn't
Exactly.
feel like you didn't have that much intensity in your high five. I felt like your high five was like really like,
Yeah, because I felt like if
yeah,
we missed, like you probably would have really hit me. So
on camera.
yeah,
I would have
we would have
been
had to figure out how to like crop that out somewhere.
the
Um,
live wouldn't. We would have to take down the live.
we could have figured something out.
Nope.
Something could
Mm-mm.
have happened where we could have like just pulled out that little snippet. But yes, that's what I've learned, and where we are now, I would just say it's just just a mature, just on another level of really literally like doing the same thing like we shared in our live last week when we just shared with you guys our testimony of different things that Sam and I endured. Um, it's definitely, I feel like we get through things a lot faster because now we understand our assignment, we understand each other, and definitely not an overnight thing. It was definitely something that was ugly, definitely something that for me was not easy, because I kind of felt like, you know, um, just really seeing it from God's perspective has been challenging. Like being or feeling like you're like a trailblazer. Was just like, okay, God, how am I gonna do this? How? What does this look like? So I just want to encourage you guys if, like I said before, if you guys are married or desiring to be married, it's definitely a journey that you guys have to take together, and know that you guys are taking the journey together. And when Sam and I would get into disagreements, he will always say, I am not your enemy. And there are times where I would like, literally be trying to fight Sam and my emotions and things like that. And he was like, well, you have to know my character. You have to, know me by now to know that I'm not doing this to hurt you intentionally. If I said something that may have hit you a certain way and you felt offended by it, don't think that it was a deliberate, like, oh, I'm trying to hurt you. I want to deliberately hurt you with my words. He's like, no, like this there comes a time where you now need to know who I am and know what I am not. Know that we are for each other and that I'm not against you. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds nice, at first. And I was like, he just saying that because, he's just saying it. But learning and actually taking steps back to see like, hey, like when Sam and I were prepared to minister together, that's when we would see the
Mm.
enemy just coming with stupid stuff. And
I
I'm
mean, the
like,
dumbest, the
babe,
smallest. It,
like, babe, you didn't see the straw on the floor? And it's just me. I'm like, you just stepped over the straw.
you could just pick it up.
Yeah. So just something so simple. And when we would just kind of look back, we like, wow, he's preaching on Friday. Or wow, you're getting ready to lead worship on Sunday. Or wow, we're getting ready to do this ministry thing together. Like we need to reel it in and know that this is not us fighting against each other.
Yeah.
This is a spiritual thing to knock us off course, to not be sober in what it is that we're getting ready to do. So once we would figure that out, and once we would see the enemy, we would reel it in really quickly and get on one accord. And there were times as well, like when we used to fellowship at one of the churches that we attended, literally driving, parking in the parking lot, walking into the building, right before we were getting ready to minister. I'd be like, babe, I'm sorry. Like we would reconcile right there because I'm like, Lord, I do not want to give this gift and know that, my brother and I have an ought with each other. Not,
I'm so,
knowing that he's my husband, but I'm going according to the
I
scripture.
mean, you call me your brother. I
Okay,
just
but it's still I still gotta respond like the word says. Like if my brother have an ought, right? I'm not reading if
I,
my husband has an ought, I'm reading what the word says and I'm doing what the word says.
Saints, y'all help me. Help me, help her, help you. Please help.
Help him help himself. So I was like, okay, like God,
I'm not
it
our
is
brother.
what time did we start? Was it 7:30? We started kind of like 8 o'clock because
Well,
they would do like prayer and stuff, right?
7 o'clock.
And then 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm like, oh my God, we're about to pray. Sam is about to start playing. I was like, I need to hurry up, right? So that was me. That's not a good place to be, okay? To just really like be trying God's grace like that. Um,
But it's so good that you would bring that up. That's
mhm,
for those that may be in ministry together, is understanding like sometimes the attacks are not going to come where it's a individual type of deal,
mhm,
but they will come with your spouse
mhm,
sometime where the enemy knows like that's your most vulnerable
mhm.
place.
Or your kids,
That's
yeah,
your kids as well. Yeah,
yeah.
just a place of vulnerability for you as someone in leadership, as someone in ministry.
Mhm,
And so anything I can do to distract, to deter, to bring frustration, like I'll use that thing that on a normal basis y'all would laugh about and cause you to get frustrated. So I want to encourage someone that may be married and in ministry that may be feeling those different things of like, like, hey, number one, be patient. Number two, be watchful
mhm.
because
Yes.
it's so
It
quick,
literally
it's
comes
so
out of
subtle,
nowhere.
and you'll be like,
Wait, you're
wait
like,
a
we were
minute,
just laughing
we
together.
we were having a great day. I can't tell you how many, and even in that, like also with the disagreements, don't put so much pressure on it where you allow that to be the thing where you say, oh well, we're not having a good day anymore. You can shift that thing, you can turn that thing around. It's
Mhm.
literally, even in marriage, for a husband, and we can have another part too because I know we're going a little long. I don't want us to start having the trend of hour-long videos. I'm about to say movies, but as a husband, like it's it's necessary for us to die to self. I mean, for each spouse, but definitely, as it says, love your wife as Christ loved the church. I think about what He did for the church, and there's a lot of dying that we have to do that a lot of times we don't realize the importance of it and how it um, just is necessary to keeping uh, to showing just the importance of the love that you have for the spouse, the
Mhm.
love that you have for that wife, and so it's
Right.
important that you're willing to say, okay, listen, this is not that important for us to be
Mhm.
to be arguing about. This is not worth it. It is not
Mhm.
worth it. And a lot of times, I think we get so fixated on, I'm gonna get my point across. I'm gonna get my point across. I'm gonna say what I need to say because honestly, growing up, we did not have the opportunity to do that.
Mhm.
So I'm in this relationship with someone where you're gonna hear what I have to say because no one else really listened to me. And so now that spouse has to now suffer through the fact of like
Mhm.
no one else listened to me. So I'm gonna make you listen. And I know, for me, that was something I had to kind of get over, battling with rejection. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be heard. I wanted my opinion to be heard. I wanted my opinion to be felt. I wanted it to be understood. Like, hey, do you understand what point I'm coming from? I needed
Mhm.
it to be heard. So with that, my wife would tell you one of my most annoying things that I do is that I will repeat myself over and over and
Yeah.
over again.
Okay. I'm like, babe, you literally just said that.
I just want to make sure that we understand.
Yeah. But I think it's been a challenging journey here. But it's also been a necessary one, of course, because I've heard my godmother say this a few years ago. I used to call her and just kind of get her advice because she's been married for over 30 years. and she shared with me, and I shared with Sam, that when you look at a marriage, you're literally that years old. Like if you guys have been married for a few months, newlyweds, you're literally just 5 months old. So when you liken it to a 5-month child, they have milestones, right, that they've reached. They are not on the same level as they were a month ago. I mean, a few months ago when they were a month old. But 5 months, you're still, not eating solid foods. You're still developing with your eating palate. You're still doing all of these things, but when you look at a 5-month marriage, you're
Mm.
like, okay, so this is where I am as far as our milestones. So looking, like, comparing your 5-month marriage to a two
Come
year
on, come
marriage,
on.
it's like, oh my God, they're right there already. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, we should be further along in
Yeah.
communication. We should be further along in with intimacy. We should be further along with all of these things. And you're like, wait, but y'all just been together for 5 months,
I just
married. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother level of
yeah.
milestones that you have to hit being married.
I see my brother Jonathan Driver in here. I know he just got married, so
Oh,
congratulations to you
congratulations.
and your wonderful wife. We love you guys and we appreciate you guys.
Awesome.
And congratulations again on that. And that's, even in that, like Melissa said, like the milestones, understand, like comparison is the thing that will really cause you to not appreciate what God is doing in your
Oh yeah.
marriage. Like God could be literally getting ready to blow your mind as it pertains to what He wants to bless your household with, what He
Hmm.
wants to bless your family with, and because you would be in a position and a place to just be like, man, like they already got a house. They already. I'm telling you, and everyone has their story. We are 12 years in. We are just now getting our own home. Glory to God. Sorry. Now I still get excited. Huh? We want to still give God
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah.
But we are 12 years in. And we probably will have to save this for another one, but also just understanding what God wants to do in your marriage.
Hmm.
Because everyone is different. Every marriage is different.
Yeah.
And this is what I would say to some of us, and like I said, we'll tag it, but learn what is best for you and your spouse. Don't allow society to teach you about what you and your spouse need to do. I could tell you plenty of stories. If it's gonna bring you happiness, bliss, and peace
For
in
both
your
of you. Yep.
house for both of you,
Hmm.
do it. I don't care if society tells you that the woman is supposed to be cooking and cleaning and X, Y, and Z. If she don't like to cook, and you do serve, get your happy behind up in there. Get your spatula, your spoon, and your Dutch oven, and you go ahead and make that oxtail.
Because that was us, like, um dating. I was like always doing the cooking, because I said, okay, Lord, I need to better be a wife and all this stuff. And out of nowhere, I don't even know where this came from. Like, Sam just really just started picking it up. He would call his aunt in Louisiana, hey, I want to try to make this dish, can you help me? And she would literally walk him through the
Yeah,
recipes online, and
it was a
he would love it.
it was a Valentine's Day. That was when I started. It was Valentine's Day, and I wanted to do something special for you. I didn't want to go, and we don't really do a lot of Valentine's Day things because I don't have time to sit 2 hours and wait for a table to be sat down at the table and then wait another hour for my waiter to come because the waiter is having too many tables to do at one time.
Mhm.
So I'd rather just cook myself and serve my wife on Valentine's Day. Glory to God. So this once Valentine's Day, I asked her how to make her famous shrimp Alfredo.
Right. So now Sam enjoys the cooking. I never really did. Growing up, I enjoyed seeing like the fixer-upper guys come in the house and lay the tile, change the faucet. So I enjoy doing stuff like that.
And
Like,
I hate
yeah. So if the couch is broken, I'm literally flipping the couch over and trying to
it.
fix it. Sam was like, oh hey babe, this thing is broken. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's assemble this thing. Let's break it down and see what's up, and let's put it back together. That's me.
Yeah,
Same likes to cook. I don't like to cook. But before we learned that's what we enjoy doing,
we were
the
trying to.
roles were the roles were flipped. So learn your house and
Yeah.
what causes your house to run, and to cause it to run well, and you do the darn thing.
I'm telling you, you'll find much more success, much more happiness, much more bliss, less frustration. Because I can't tell you how many times you'll probably be like, "Hey, there's no food in the house again," and you know you like to cook, and you could have done it, but you just didn't do it because society told you that the wife should be cooking. Society told you that the husband should be. Now, granted, there are some things that I still do. I do take out the trash. I don't let my wife take out the trash. I do when I'm around her. I try to make sure I pump her gas. All right, I do that. But there's a lot of things. I personally, I'm not a person that can look at a thing of instructions and not think that it's pig Latin and try to put part A into part 12. I can't. I'm like, what does this? But Melissa is a master at stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
She
Yeah.
loves to do it. And so I just, and I don't care what anybody may think about me. If you're on here and you're looking at this video like, oh my God, why are you saying that? Why he got Melissa doing all that? Because she like to do it.
I really do. It's really fun.
So
I got a drill. I got all my little
listen,
things that makes me happy. It's fun.
I buy Melissa drills. I buy her power tools. I buy her all types of stuff because I know that that is something. And she, listen, Home Depot sometimes is her toy store. Well, I like to go to GameStop. She likes to go to Home Depot.
Right. Boom. But we're not going to keep you guys long. We're going to save our combos for another time. If the Lord wills, we will meet you guys back here on next week. If you have not yet subscribed to the Littleton's live streams, please subscribe. Hit the invisible subscribe button wherever it is.
Ding, 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 ding. And the bell notification icon so that whenever we go live, you get the notifications that we've gone live.
Boom shakalaka like
God is good.
Yes, so we'll be back on here. And then moving forward, I will be on here a little more often than once a week, because I will be hitting you guys up with some home projects, because our home is a nice little DIY that the Lord has given me to do. So there are a few videos that I have stored up for you guys. So you guys please stay tuned, because this home is coming together
It is.
beautifully. I'm so excited to show you all what we have been doing. We bought our paint. We will be doing a paint party next week.
Who
So
coming?
we're excited.
Hey, Daddy. Daddy's in here.
We love you all so much. Going to be great. Also, like I said, I will probably be coming on a little more throughout the week instead of once a week with us. And just kind of coming together as a couple, or ministry purposes. I will be on here as well. Doing our home stuff, and then I will probably hit you guys up with some parental hair things. So we love you all.
Ooh.
Have a beautiful night. Today is
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And the next time there will be a Tuesday will be in 200 years.
Tuesday.
200 for Tuesday.
Yes, we wanted to come on here also so that the video can stamp February 22nd, 22.
I didn't know we were doing the fake laugh.
We love you guys. That's so ugly.
I'm trying to be like Eddie Murphy.
Have a great night on a Tuesday.
Peace.
Ciao.